Today we have the solar eclipse. It is when the Earth is between the sun and the sun and the moon happen to be at the same degree in Leo at 20 degrees. I was looking up the Sabian symbols for 20 degrees in Leo, and Sabian symbols are interesting. They have really funky, weird names, but they correspond to each degree in each zodiac sign, and you always round up. So for a 20-degree Leo, the Sabian symbol is intoxicated chickens, and it's really about balancing spiritual awakenings with psychological maturity. Our spiritual awakenings coincide with our self actualization process that Carl Jung has talked about. But if you're living too much in the ethers and you're not grounding that energy, you're not bringing that energy down to earth, you're kind of missing a wing. The whole point of your awakening is to ground that energy back into your body, back into the earth, back into your environment, and really become more authentically yourself. We think of spiritual awakenings as changing us, really making us into this pure divine being, but we've always been pure divine beings. Even if we're human beings as well, we have always been these pure divine beings. And going through a spiritual awakening is really about shedding the layers that aren't really you, the self-hatred, the betrayal, the abandonment, the rejection. When you can see how everything in your life has actually been working for you, and it's really just been your views on certain things that have caused harm. Now, yes, other people have caused us harm, we know that, but if we can look at it in a lens of our souls needed something to grow. And I do struggle with that philosophy, given obviously sexual assault and things like that. Nobody obviously needs to go through something like that for their soul to grow. And I don't have all the answers. So I will be very open. I don't have all the answers to that. But I know in my life, all of the drama and the traumatic bullshit I went through ultimately did make me a better person. And I can have the psychological maturity of witnessing my inner child and giving her love and knowing that she didn't deserve that at all. And also knowing that I am who I am today because that little girl survived it all. We've talked about Leo being in the inner child. Like, show yourself gratitude that you have survived all the nonsense that you have. You know, I talk about my friends a lot because they're a big part of my life, but I have two, well, actually, a lot of my friends have childhood trauma and mother issues, but I have a couple of friends who, when they tell me stories, you know, my jaw just drops and I look at them, I'm like, how are you okay? Like, how are you a normal person? And these are people that love life, like, really go after it. Some of them are just balls to the wall, and I love it. Like, I love seeing these women just chase after life, especially knowing that they did not have the childhood that they deserved. And a lot of us didn't, but we can't continue to let that hold us back. It is time to step into our sovereignty, take both of our wings. The sun and the moon being conjunct, the sun and the moon are balanced. It's yin and yang, it's masculine and feminine. We view the moon as feminine, but in ancient times it was viewed as the more masculine sign. And I have said that our ideas of what is truly masculine and feminine are actually really kind of switched, that men are actually very naturally intuitive and have great senses of their environment and what's around and what's good for them. Like, men are more attuned to their body and their physical senses, where women are much more attuned to the ethers. So we have intuition in different ways, but we have provider and protector instincts and nurturing instincts in different ways as well. But we both, masculine and feminine energies, have them. Today with the solar eclipse, it is powerful energy, but just like with anything, if there's light, there's dark. You have to know that there's both. People can talk about rituals and manifestation stuff to do today. I would urge you to listen to your body on that. I don't know how I feel about that. I definitely was called to rest and meditate more, just kind of connect within my close circle that I love and care about, and really just kind of sit with the uncomfortability of silence for me. That's still something that I am struggling with. It's my, again, third day with the kids back to school, and I'm just still struggling. And I can see now how much I struggle with sitting in silence and sitting in the unknown. It's very, very uncomfortable for me. And learning trust and faith and surrender. You know, it's really been obvious to me how much I don't trust others and how I'm really reestablishing trust within myself, because that was systematically taken away from me for a very long time. So learning to trust myself. And it wasn't just taken away from me, it was taken away from a lot of people. And again, done by design. So let's take our trust back. Let's take our trust back to ourselves, back to God, the universe, source, the creator, Allah, whatever you want to call that master energy that is connecting all of us. Talk to that energy, pray to that energy, and pray with confidence and belief and faith. And yes, God will make you wait. That's how you build your faith muscle. And it's uncomfortable. I am still uncomfortable in it. But I know He is building my faith muscle. And I do have very strong faith. And I was reading up on, faith of a mustard seed. It's not how small that mustard seed is, it's how strong that mustard seed is. And that's an important piece too. Your faith has to be strong. God will withhold your blessings until He knows you are ready to receive them, and you won't sabotage it in some way. So if you are still waiting for something, if you still are like, I am not where I want to be yet, I'm not with who I want to be yet, I haven't gotten there yet, know that there isn't always a specific destination that you are moving towards. It's just a matter of getting on the journey, right? Finding peace and trust and faith in the journey will just make it 10 times sweeter. I work a government job. It took over 6 months after you find out, okay, yes, we want to hire you, until you can start the job. You have to go through clearances and all of that stuff. And for 6 months, I was struggling waiting, even though I knew in my heart of hearts that it was mine and it was already done. I still let my mind question, and I spent so much energy worrying and stressing when I could have just used that time to relax and really rested in my faith. And I am at another pivotal moment in my life again where I have such deep faith that everything is going to work out for me the way that it's supposed to. And yes, my mind still wanders. And yes, I still have moments of anxiety, but I am able to pull that back in so much faster because I am steadfast in my faith. And I don't know how things will work out, and I don't know when, and I don't appreciate God, holding me this close to the ledge. I really honestly don't appreciate it. And whether it's Him or it's me or I needed it, I don't know, but it is tough. But my faith in Him and it all working out the exact way that it's supposed to is so strong that I can't fool myself into being super anxious. I can't fool myself into thinking too far ahead. Right now, I just have to take it one day at a time and trust that all of the ways that life is supposed to unfold for me will. So if you are struggling with bringing things back down to earth, it's through your body. Connect back through your body. Quiet your mind. Be the observer of your thoughts. Try to think about where those thoughts are coming from. Whose voice is that that's telling you you're not good enough, you're not ready, you still have to wait? What if the only thing that's keeping you from the life you want is your belief that you're ready for it right now, just as you are? Like, what if that's the only difference? What if you're ready now? How would you know? And sometimes you just have to start walking. These are my videos. This is me walking. This is me just walking. I might not know exactly where I am headed. I have some really good ideas though. So I just have to take the steps. Use this solar eclipse energy to balance your trust and your faith with taking action in the way that you know you're supposed to. Even if you're not fully confident yet, you won't get confident until you just start walking. So just start walking.